stop scrolling. Because California didn't just have one earthquake, it had a swarm. And when you connect it with what's been happening across Nevada, Alaska, and Colorado, it starts to feel like the West is telling a story underground. It started about a month ago, not with panic, not with sirens, just a quiet reminder that the ground beneath us is never really still. On April the 2nd, around 1:40 in the morning, a magnitude 4.6 earthquake hit near Boulder Creek in Northern California. Most people were asleep. Then suddenly, phones lit up, beds moved, walls shook. The Bay Area felt it, and for a few seconds everyone remembered something they usually forget. California is always moving. Then on April 10th, Colorado joined the story. A magnitude 3.5 earthquake struck near the Trinidad area in southern Colorado. Not massive, but strange enough to make people look twice, because Colorado is not the first place most people think of when they hear earthquake. But deep under the mountains, under old fault zones, under land that feels solid, the crust still shifts, quietly, slowly, until one day it doesn't. Then came Nevada, and Nevada didn't whisper. On April 13th, around 6:29 p.m. Pacific Time, a magnitude 5.7 earthquake struck near Silver Springs, Nevada. That one was strong. People felt it across western Nevada and into parts of northern California. Homes shook, shelves moved, walls rattled. Some people described it like a deep underground boom before the shaking hit. But the unsettling part was not just the main quake, it was what came after. Aftershocks, then more aftershocks, then more shaking in the same region, like the desert floor had opened a conversation underground and wasn't finished talking. On April 22nd, Nevada shook again. A magnitude 4.8 hit the same general region. Another strong jolt, another reminder that pressure was still shifting below the surface. Then May 1st came, at 1:17 in the morning. While most people were asleep, Nevada got hit again. A magnitude 5.2 earthquake struck near Silver Springs. But here's what makes that one feel eerie. Right before it, there was a magnitude 4.3, less than 2 minutes apart. Imagine that. You're asleep. The ground suddenly moves. Your brain barely understands what just happened. Then it hits harder again. And after that, Nevada kept producing smaller earthquakes. A 2.5 near Silver Springs, a 3.1 southeast of Silver Springs, more little jolts, more aftershocks, more pressure slipping beneath the desert, and around that same stretch of time, there were also reports of an earthquake swarm near the Area 51 region, with multiple tremors and one around magnitude 4.4. Now, scientists are not saying that means anything wild is happening, but the timing, the location, the number of earthquakes, that is the kind of thing that makes people stop scrolling and stare at the map. Then Alaska started shaking. On May 6th, a magnitude 5.8 earthquake struck near Attu Station in the Aleutian Islands. That part of Alaska sits on one of the most active seismic zones on Earth. Massive plates are grinding under the ocean, cold water above, pressure below, and most people never even feel it. But the Earth does. Then on May 9th, Alaska shook again. Another magnitude 5.8 earthquake hit west-southwest of Adak, Alaska. 2 5.8 earthquakes in the Aleutian region within days. Remote, powerful, deep in one of the most unstable arcs on the planet. Then Colorado came back into the story. On May 7th at 11:44 a.m., a magnitude 4.0 earthquake hit south-southwest of western Colorado. It was felt in parts of southern Colorado and even into northern New Mexico. Again, not California, not Nevada, Colorado, a place where most people don't wake up thinking the ground might move under them. And then California took over the story again. First, on May 8th at 9:57 p.m. Pacific Time, a magnitude 4.8 earthquake struck off the coast near Crescent City, California, late at night, offshore, shallow enough to get attention. The kind of quake that makes people near the coast wonder what is moving under the ocean floor. But then, Brawley happened. Today, near Brawley, California, the ground started shaking again. Not once, not twice, a swarm. Around 4:15 p.m. Pacific Time, a magnitude 3.5 earthquake hit near Brawley in Imperial County. Then more small quakes followed. Then around 7:22 p.m., a magnitude 4.4 hit the same area. That's when people really started paying attention, because now it wasn't just background shaking, it was getting stronger. Then around 8:19 p.m., another earthquake hit, magnitude 4.0, and before people could even relax, around 8:39 p.m., the strongest jolt hit. Reports showed it around magnitude 4.5 to 4.7 near Brawley. Phones lit up, emergency alerts went out. People across Imperial County felt the shaking, and by the time the swarm was being counted, there were reports of more than 100 earthquakes in the Brawley area. Over 100, in one swarm. Most were small, but mixed inside that swarm were the ones people felt. The 4.0, the 4.4, the 4.5, the 4.7. And that is where the story gets mysterious, because Brawley sits in a very active seismic zone near the southern end of California's fault system. It's near the Salton Sea, near the Imperial Valley, near a place where the crust is being stretched, pulled, cracked, and shifted by forces most people never think about. This is earthquake country, but when the ground starts hitting in waves, when Nevada has multiple strong quakes, when Alaska throws out back-to-back 5.8s, when Colorado shakes twice, when Northern California gets hit, and then Brawley produces a full swarm, people start asking the same question: is this normal pressure release, or is the West waking up? Now, to be clear, scientists are not saying all of these earthquakes are connected into one giant event. Different fault systems, different regions, different tectonic setups, but that almost makes it feel even stranger, because this isn't just one fault line moving. This is pressure showing up across multiple parts of the western United States, one quake at a time. California, Nevada, Alaska, Colorado, then California again. The scary part about earthquakes is that they don't start when we feel them. The pressure was already there, building silently, under deserts, under coastlines, under mountains, under highways, under towns where people are eating dinner, watching TV, sleeping, driving, working, never thinking about what's happening beneath them. Then suddenly, the dog starts barking, the windows rattle, your phone screams, the floor moves, and for a few seconds, nothing feels permanent. That's what makes these recent earthquakes feel so different. It's not one massive disaster, it's the pattern, it's the timing, it's the way the map keeps lighting up. Nevada's aftershocks, Alaska's 5.8s, Colorado's surprise shaking, California's offshore 4.8, and now Brawley's swarm with a 4.7, 4.5, 4.4, and 4.0 all in the same outbreak. The Earth is not asleep, it's shifting, it's releasing pressure, and sometimes it tells the story in a language we only understand after the ground starts moving. For live earthquake tracking, severe weather alerts, and real-time forecast tools, go to StormScapes.xyz, because the next alert may not come when you're ready. It may come when the ground is already shaking.